Hey everyone! Today I'm diving into a fascinating biblical mystery that might just blow your mind. Did the Israelites really travel to the British Isles? And what's the deal with the so-called missing chapter 29 of Acts? Let's get into it. Now, if you're a casual reader of the Bible, you might notice something peculiar. Every book in the New Testament ends with the word Amen, meaning truly, or this is the truth, except for one. That exception is the book of Acts, which ends rather abruptly if you assume chapter 28 is the last chapter. But what if I told you there's more to the story? You see, Acts is all about the spread of Christianity and the adventures of the apostles, and yet it seems to cut off right when things are getting juicy. This is where the so-called missing chapter 29 comes into play. Some believe this chapter holds the key to understanding the movements of the Israelites after their Assyrian captivity. According to these intriguing passages, the apostles didn't just stick around the Mediterranean. Oh no, they ventured far and wide, spreading the message of Christianity to lands most wouldn't even think of. And yes, this includes the British Isles. Imagine this. Paul and his companions traveling across Europe, reaching the shores of what we now call the United Kingdom. It's a wild concept. But there's some historical and archaeological evidence that suggests it might not be as far-fetched as it sounds. For example, there are ancient artifacts and manuscripts that hint at early Christian influence in Britain long before it was officially recorded. And then there are the legends, stories passed down through generations about the apostles visiting these far-off lands. Feel the goosebumps yet? So what does the missing chapter 29 say? It's said to detail Paul's journey to Spain and beyond, ultimately reaching the British Isles. This chapter supposedly ends with another amen, tying up the loose ends and completing the Acts narrative beautifully. Now, it's important to note that not everyone agrees on the authenticity of these passages. Some scholars argue it's a later addition or a pious fraud, but isn't it fascinating to think about the possibilities? Whether you believe in the missing chapter or not, exploring these mysteries adds a whole new layer to our understanding of early Christianity. It reminds us that history is full of surprises and that sometimes the truth is stranger than fiction. So, what do you think? Could the Israelites have traveled to the British Isles? Is there a missing chapter of Acts that holds these secrets? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more intriguing Bible mysteries. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep exploring. The book of Acts stands apart from other New Testament books. Most conclude with a resounding amen, but Acts ends suddenly. Chapter 28 describes Paul under house arrest in Rome, then silence. The narrative halts. This abrupt ending has puzzled scholars for centuries. What happened to Paul? Where else did the gospel spread? The answers, some believe, lie in the rediscovery of a lost chapter, Acts 29. Acts 29, also known as the Sonnini Manuscript, surfaced in the 19th century. It claims to detail Paul's activities after his Roman imprisonment. This lost chapter offers a glimpse into a period shrouded in mystery. It presents a bold narrative filled with daring voyages and encounters with ancient cultures. The rediscovery of Acts 29 sparked intense debate. Could this be the missing piece of the puzzle or a clever fabrication? The journey of the Sonnini Manuscript is a tale in itself, filled with mystery and historical intrigue. It was found nestled within the travel writings of C.S. Sonnini, a renowned French naturalist and traveller. He, in turn, had acquired it from the impressive library of Sir John Newport in Ireland, a treasure trove of rare and valuable texts. The manuscript bore an intriguing mark, a firman or seal, of Sultan Abdul Ahmet, adding an air of authenticity and authority. This seal indicated that the document was a copy of an original Greek text housed within the imperial archives of Constantinople, a center of knowledge and culture. In 1801, T.G. Cole, believing it to be a service to Christ, introduced this long-lost chapter to a captivated public, sparking curiosity and debate among scholars and laypeople alike. Section 4, Paul's voyage to the West, Spain and the shores of Britain. This chapter delves into the lesser-known journeys of Paul, exploring his adventurous spirit and unwavering faith. Acts 29 picks up where the traditional narrative ends. It offers a glimpse into the untold stories and the hidden chapters of Paul's life. It recounts Paul's journey to Spain after his trial before the Roman Emperor Nero. This journey was filled with peril and uncertainty, yet Paul remained steadfast in his mission. Driven by an unyielding desire to spread the gospel, Paul then set sail for a new destination, Britain. His voyage across the treacherous seas was a testament to his courage and determination. This unexpected turn is explained by a fascinating claim within the manuscript. The ancient texts reveal secrets that have been buried for centuries. Paul had heard whispers of Israelite descendants residing in Britain. These whispers ignited a spark of curiosity and hope within him. These individuals, the manuscript states, were descendants of those who had escaped the Assyrian captivity centuries earlier. This revelation added a new dimension to Paul's mission, intertwining history, faith, and destiny. Section 5. A Meeting of Faiths, Paul and the Druids. Perhaps the most captivating episode in Acts 29 is Paul's encounter with a group of Druids. This ancient Celtic priesthood, steeped in mystery and ritual, played a significant role in British society. The manuscript describes a remarkable exchange. The Druids, upon meeting Paul, revealed a startling claim. They believed themselves to be descended from the Israelites who had fled Egypt during the Exodus. Paul, moved by this declaration, embraced them, offering the traditional Jewish kiss of peace. Section 6. A New Perspective on History, the Legacy of Acts 29. The rediscovery of Acts 29, if authentic, has the potential to reshape our understanding of early Christian history. This manuscript, long thought to be lost or even mythical, has surfaced in recent archaeological digs, sparking intense debate among scholars and historians. It suggests a wider reach of Paul's missionary work than traditionally believed. The text implies that Paul may have traveled far beyond the regions documented in the canonical Acts, possibly reaching as far as the British Isles. The manuscript's claims, if verified, could establish a direct link between the ancient Israelites and the British Isles, adding a new layer to British history. This connection could provide new insights into the spread of early Christianity and its influence on different cultures. Furthermore, the interaction between Paul and the Druids hints at possible Jewish influences on Druidic traditions, opening up exciting avenues for historical and religious research. This potential cross-cultural exchange could redefine our understanding of ancient religious practices. Whether ultimately proven genuine or not, Acts 29 serves as a reminder of the enduring power of ancient texts to challenge our assumptions and ignite our imaginations. It encourages us to keep exploring and questioning, as history is often more complex and fascinating than we ever imagined.
Join me as I dive into the hidden history of the Israelites in ancient Britain and see if I can uncover the truth behind this fascinating connection. The idea of a connection between the Israelites and ancient Britain is a topic of much debate and speculation, with many historians and researchers exploring the possibility of a link between the two. Historians face numerous challenges when trying to uncover evidence of ancient migrations and cultural exchanges, including the lack of written records and the limitations of archaeological findings. Many ancient civilizations did not leave behind written accounts of their interactions with other cultures, making it difficult to piece together an accurate picture of the past. The scarcity of archaeological evidence also poses a significant challenge, as many sites have been destroyed or degraded over time. The destruction of historical sites and artifacts has been an ongoing issue throughout history, with many being lost due to natural disasters, wars, and other human activities. This has resulted in a significant loss of cultural and historical knowledge, making it even more difficult for historians to reconstruct the past. Historical records from ancient Britain are limited, and those that do exist are often biased or incomplete, which can lead to misleading conclusions. The lack of a unified and coherent historical narrative from ancient Britain has led to much speculation and debate among historians and researchers. The search for evidence of ancient migrations and cultural exchanges is an ongoing process, with new discoveries and advances in technology continually shedding new light on the past. Theories and legends have been passed down through generations, suggesting a connection between the Israelites and ancient Britain, with some claiming that the Israelites may have settled in Britain after being forced out of their homeland. Various historical accounts, including the works of ancient Greek and Roman historians, provide some insight into the cultural and trade exchanges that took place between ancient civilizations. Archaeological findings, such as the discovery of similar artifacts and symbols, also suggest a possible connection between the Israelites and ancient Britain. The presence of similar place names and linguistic patterns in both ancient Israel and Britain has led some researchers to suggest a possible link between the two cultures. Some ancient texts, such as the Bible, also contain references to the Israelites interacting with other cultures, including those in the British Isles. The discovery of ancient artifacts, such as coins and pottery, has also provided evidence of trade and cultural exchange between ancient Britain and other civilizations. One of the most compelling pieces of evidence is the similarity between ancient British and Israelite artifacts, such as metalwork and pottery, which suggests a possible cultural exchange or migration. The presence of these artifacts in both ancient Britain and Israel has led some researchers to suggest a direct link between the two cultures. This connection is further supported by the presence of similar symbols and motifs in the art and architecture of both cultures. The story of the Israelites in ancient Britain is a fascinating one, with many theories and legends surrounding their possible presence in the region. The idea that the Israelites may have settled in Britain after being forced out of their homeland is a compelling one, and has been the subject of much research and debate. A key piece of evidence that supports this theory is the presence of an ancient stone monument in Britain, which bears an inscription that is similar to those found in ancient Israel. This monument has been the subject of much study and debate, with some researchers suggesting that it may be evidence of a direct link between the Israelites and ancient Britain. The implications of this hidden history are significant, and highlight the importance of exploring and understanding the cultural connections that exist between different civilizations. Join me as I explore more fascinating topics related to ancient history and cultural connections. Be sure to check out my other video on ancient civilizations and share your thoughts on this topic in the comments.